Thank you, gentlemen. Final session of the evening. And with that, Sumit, over to you.
Thank you, Pooja, for that. Thank you, sir, Mr. Bhaskar. Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, you would think, why are we here? Why are we talking about tax? But actually, to be honest, and for all the business persons here, this is really integral, really important, and not just to your business or to all businesses, but also to the economy of this nation. So, sir, thank you so much for your time, for being here. So, the GST revenue, it's grown year on year since its implementation. And what are some of the key drivers behind this trend? How has this revenue been growing year on year?
Good evening to all. Thank you very much for the invite. GST is a very major tax reform.
So if you can take this a little higher.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So, which has been introduced in India in the year 2017 on 1st of July. And it is 8 years of existence so far. And as on last financial year, we had garnered about 22 lakh crores at all India level, and in Mumbai CGST zone we have collected about 1.18 lakh crores. So, and then, but for the COVID years, it has been it has seen continuous growth on an averaging around 10%, which is a very significant milestone. And this process is entirely IT driven, like all this GST architecture, GST, all these procedures, all taxpayer, wherever taxpayer interacts with the department, mostly it is IT driven. And we have GST and GST network, which provides a robust IT network. And in the process, some 17 indirect taxes have been subsumed, and various cesses also have been subsumed. Now we have one nation, one tax. So in this CGST, which is administered by central government, and SGST, which is administered by state governments, are all amalgamated into one tax structure, and it is on the common tax base. Both the levies are levied, and it goes in a very seamless way, and it is even funds are allocated, transferred to states in a very seamless way.
Right. So, one thing that I would like to know more about, so if you focus on the Mumbai zone, because it's got a unique perspective, a unique role. If you could tell us maybe some of the success stories, some of the challenges that this unique city brings forth because of its geographical and financial position. After all, it is kind of the gateway to Maharashtra and India's progress in the light of GST.
Yes, Mumbai, in a way, it has a very uniform or interesting mix of manufacturing, service, IT industry, and then it has the spread of a taxpayer community covering all sectors is unique here, be it manufacturing or even petroleum. We have substantive revenues coming from Mumbai. Say last year, as I have already pointed out, we had collected about 1.18 lakh crores. It is almost 5% of national revenue, GST revenue, and we have about 3.5 lakh taxpayers in Mumbai, which covers the 5 districts of Mumbai zone, covers 5 districts of Maharashtra, 2 Mumbai districts, Thane, Raigad and Palgad. So now this is the biggest revenue collecting zone in the country. So that talks about Mumbai. Yeah.
Most important, sir. The big important center for us. So, one important question I'd like to know about, because based on your experience, how has the transition been from pre-GST to the GST framework? How has that shaped the functioning of tax administration?
See, when we amalgamated all these tax structures, we had to move to IT-enabled tax administration. Now, even our internal office functions have been, like you don't find in our offices the older system of files and everything. Now it's all, everything moves in the systems. And then most of the interactions, even with the taxpayers, be it registration or return filing or refunds, any other further interactions, adjudications, appeal process, everything is IT driven. And then we have a robust IT network is provided by GSTN, and then everything is computerized, and so like it in a way tries to provide with officers very less interface unless where some investigation matters are involved. Otherwise, there is hardly any interaction with the taxpayers.
Fantastic. Just keeps it more efficient and smoother running. So, two important things: grievance redressal and dispute resolution. They are key to building the taxpayers' trust. Just your thoughts. How are these aspects being handled under the GST framework? What systems are in place for the same?
Grievance redressal, yes, we have even we try to we have a very we have presence in all the social media platforms, be it Twitter or we have a WhatsApp channel, and in all other social media also we try to reach out and take questions from the thing. But more than that, central government has CP grams, centralized public grievances redressal and monitoring system. It is called CP grams, where across all government departments, any complaint can be raised, and then we address these grievances. And in the Mumbai zone, on an average, we take about 5 days to redress a grievance, as against even the expectation of the government is that we should redress it in about 30 days, but we take around 5 days, 5 working days to give to redress a grievance. And similarly, we have because this tax is administered by both state and central authorities, we have a grievance redressal mechanism which is headed by both zonal functionaries at the state and central level, and we interact with all the taxpayers, chambers of commerce, and then all other bodies, and even the officers, official functionaries, and we take it's a quarterly meet where we invite everyone and then ascertain what are the complaints, what they have, what are the grievances they have, and then we try to address them. That apart, like we have two bodies, Advanced Ruling Authority and Anti-Profiteering Authority. So these two are authorities, like if someone has a tax related question, where they can approach Advanced Ruling Authority on this question, pose a question and get an answer, and that will set the boundaries, and it will answer their concern in a comprehensive way. And say Anti-Profiteering Authority is like if government gives a concession and if the taxpayer doesn't get the benefit, if it is pointed out, and such concerns are addressed by the Anti-Profiteering Authority.
Right. So one other very important point that I'm sure a lot of people here would be having in their mind to talk to you about is the current status of the GST Appellate Tribunal. How is it expected to streamline the handling? What can you tell us about the tribunal?
Yes. GST Appellate Tribunal could not be formed because there were certain legal impediments, and now all these issues have been resolved, and the process has started. And the president has been appointed and he has assumed office. And members have been, the appointment orders for members are coming up, and then in some of the members have assumed offices in certain of the states, and the infrastructure facilities are coming up, and the required IT backbone, and because the entire appellate process is IT driven, like there won't be any physical filing of the records, either from adjudication stage to first appellate, second appellate, and IT tribunal being this GST Appellate Tribunal being the apex fact-finding body. Beyond that, it will be only constitutional courts which will be addressing questions of law. Otherwise, 90% of the fact-finding matters will get resolved at the tribunal level. Right. And hopefully, maybe by this year end, it should be in place.
Okay, that is that's like music to the ears of a lot of people there. So, one other thing is, because GST impacts large companies as well as small also. So, what steps are being taken to enhance the compliance and engagement so that, in short, for large and medium companies, small companies, it's just ease of doing business is better for them?
Right. In case of large taxpayers, say like there are certain interventions which have come up, which has made the business processes quite easy. When they removed check posts across the country, so they have introduced e-way bills. So now once the e-way bill is prepared, then there will be a seamless passing of the cargo across the country. And similarly, e-invoices have been introduced in a phase-wise way. So like initially, it was kept where annual aggregate turnover is about 100 crores. Then it was brought down to 50. Right now, any establishment that has annual turnover of 5 crores and above are required to generate e-invoices. And this process helps in seamless travel of credit also. And to manage that credit systems, they have devised a system called invoice management system, where the credit from recipient, from the supplier to the recipient, it gets reflected automatically in their return data. So these are the things which have helped the large taxpayers. Coming back to MSME sector, say for small taxpayers, in case of goods, 40 lakhs was the turnover, beyond which they need to take the registration and comply with the GST processes. And in case of services, it is 20 lakhs. And there also, when they automatic population of their returns, and they had, whenever there is some contravention, they had simplified amnesty schemes, where if there is a delay in either in the return filing or any other processes, so now government has, from time to time, the processes are getting eased up. Now there is a body called GST Council, which oversees the entire implementation of GST in the country. That is the highest policy making body, which is a constitutional authority, which is headed by Union Finance Minister, and all the members of the state, all the state finance ministers are members. And this body has met in last 8 years 55 times. So now that works out to every other month they have met. And then when such a high powered body meets and then tries to address the concerns of the taxpayers, it is a continuous process of fine tuning the procedures and law.
That's great, sir. So the continuous evolution. So we're just about out of time, but I have to ask you two last questions. So you just spoke about the threshold limit, 40 lakhs and 20 lakhs. But sir, it's been 8 years. That limit has not changed. Can you give us some insights? When is that limit moving upwards?
No, it's a good question. It's a very well-made suggestion, and then I'll try to bring it to the notice of the government. Yes, maybe they may revise it.
Okay, so we hope that if soon we can hear some positive news on that. So one last question, sir. So any delays in refunds can adversely affect the business liquidity for any business. How's the department working to kind of increase the efficiency and timelines of the refund dispersal?
Yes. All GST refund process are also IT driven, and then statutory there is a 60-day time limit, but on an average we take around 30 days or 35 days to settle the refunds, and most of the times it is repetitive refunds. So now in such cases maybe there are instances where within a day or two also they have sanctioned the refunds. I know that it is required for, in fact, in Mumbai where money keeps in rotation. So we are very conscious, and hardly any refund gets delayed beyond 40 days. But then the quantum of work is also correspondingly high, and then there are statutory compliances where if they have not been met, so then there will be queries raised, and that delays the processes. But on an average, like we receive around 22,000 refund applications were received last year, and our officers have sanctioned around 8,000 crores. Now, given this volume of this thing, maybe at the end of the year, I had only about 40 applications pending, which were involved in various legal issues. Other than that, if you can see the quantum of work and the issues that could not be resolved, applications that could not be resolved is negligible.
Great. So thank you so much for this enlightening discussion and for sharing such great insights on the GST regime. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Mr. Uday Bhaskar. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, once again for